Hi guys, Dorota Palicka, international nail artist and educator here, and today we are going to do some summer set of the nails. Have a preview of it in here. I love that colors and I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial too, so let's start.
Desire Nails is the proud sponsor of this episode because your nails deserve luxury.
So for this set we are going to use 217, which is a flower garden, and we will do it on 3 nails, which is a thumb, index finger, oh I need to think about it, either an index finger and a ring finger, or a middle finger and a ring finger. As we go, as usually, like the designs are done on the go, so let's cure it. And I love this consistency, like this is definitely one of my favorite. Let's do it actually on the ring finger and the middle finger, the design. No, we are gonna do it on those two. So index finger and the ring finger is gonna be design, and then those two are gonna be ombre, and I think that will work just perfect. Okay, so we've got those flower garden. And then we are gonna ombre those two. I'm just gonna remove any dust particles which might landed in there. And the colors I want to use is 297. That's a pretty yellow, like really beautiful. So just a scoop of it, and straight away I'm just putting a scoop of it on my mixing palette because we are going to use it for the other nails. And 239 orange. So basically I'm going to use the entire collection, the roll wheat collection for this set, which is like a nice pastel colors. In addition to that, I will just give it the orange, which is 239. Then we've got those pink. And you can see it, everything just goes so perfectly together, like really, really nice. And then another one is the purple one. Like a nice and thin line. Blue one. Again, very thin line. And the minty one right at the end. So 296. And this is how I would do it on the client as well. Like, I mean, I have showed you also the ombre with the neon pigments, which looks quite nice as well. But I do actually quite like doing it with the gel polish. So I've got the Foreman here, and my good idea is, guys, to kind of get a tiny bit of removal of the glue, because otherwise it sticks in too strong. And then I've got the sponge. Remove any fluff, and there is always lots of fluff on the sponges, and then we are gonna ombre it. So grab my tip, clean part, touch the client nail fold. Up and down, up and down. So pretty. I actually love it so much. Now, just because I want to get it a little bit more pigmented, I am gonna sprinkle it with the clear acrylic powder. Well, let me ombre this one first. And I think neon pigments looks easier and faster, but I am not sure. Like, by the time I apply the neon pigments on the sponge and clean all the mess, I think this is a cleaner version of doing the ombre, to be honest. Or maybe it is just my favorite way of doing the ombre. So that could be another reason, you know. Sometimes we get used to doing something and then we are not keen on swapping the things if something works perfectly fine for us. There we are. And then cook that one. Okay, on this ones I want to do some rainbows, but at the same time I want those kind of rainbows to be sugared. So I want to stick in some crystals, and we are going to use the base gel. This is going to be the easiest way because you also save the time top coating the things twice. So a drop of the top coat. Not the top coat, the base gel, sorry guys. And then we are gonna do some crystal application. So here I might want to go from the bottom on the thumb, so the crystals are gonna go to the top. And I'm gonna go just like for a very simple kind of crystal application. Nothing over the top. So I've got a couple of those ones. Then couple of the tiny ones. And then let's grab some shapes. And this will do. Okay, so the shape, I actually love this shape so much because it's just very pretty and delicate. I would say it's one of my favorite ones to wear on my own nails. As I say, it's nothing over the top, so let's do it that way. Okay, nice and tiny crystal application just to get that extra blink. And then this is the index finger, so I'm just gonna apply the base gel here in the middle. And couple crystals. Just repeat. Brilliant. Happy. Oh no, let's do it a bit lower. I think the other one was a touch lower. Okay, and then it's a time to ombre this one. So I'm just going to move away some of my crystal, especially that I've got traces of the clear acrylic powder here so things can move. And I don't like to work when there's so much stuff going on in there. And you've got two choices. You could reapply the colors, and I'm actually going to reapply a touch of the orange and the yellow, because they usually kind of the lighter colors, and so does the mint one. So the ones which are quite light, I like to reapply it. And the mint one. Or if I didn't place them correctly on the beginning, like, you know, so I want to slightly change the position of those colors, you can do that as well. So I want to place them kind of a little bit higher. See, I'm placing my pink where the orange used to be. And then the purple where the pink used to be. Just change it so slightly. Grab the sponge. But quite often you've got enough product on your sponge still to be able to get a really nice and pretty coverage. And you know, the advantages of this technique is the fact that we've got probably hundreds of the gel polishes. Like, I mean, I've got a few hundreds colors at the salon to choose from for my clients. You can see it, how pretty it's turned out. So, and the neon pigments, we've got it just one set, so you're kind of getting a similar color combination, while with this one you can play and you've got more different options. Okay, blend it so nicely. And then once you're happy, give it a cure to it. And my crystal tips are ready, so let me grab them. There we are. They are just needing a top coat. So High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. Go in with your top coat around the crystals. I like to kind of sometimes even push it. You can see it, the brush is kind of almost going underneath of the crystal. This is prolonging the lasting time of your crystals. Okay, so they are kind of touched up with the base gel, and then the top coat goes nicely around them. They cooked as well. Look at this ombre, so pretty. And I actually never did it in that color combination, so I mean, I did it in similar, but not with this exact colors, so it's even more satisfying to see that ombre. And I think over the rain, so like my two, probably the most favorite collections, guys, is the Over the Rainbow. So that's those neon collection. It's absolutely fantastic because I do use it a lot, like, you know, even by mixing with different, like with white to get a slightly different shades, mixing together to get different colors. And I feel like this collection is kind of similar to it. So like, because it gives me so many color options, I can create like endless designs with it. So definitely two of the favorites collections. And I would say it's a kind of must-have ones. And yes, we do post it internationally. We get this question asked quite a lot. Okay, happy with this one. Let's move on into the top coating of those beautiful ombre, because there is nothing better than an ombre and Aurora Chrome. This is what we are gonna put over it. And for chrome, I really re-inspect my top coat. Like, I am trying to be as fussy as possible, especially like, you know, quite often there are things flying around us, and I really don't like when they land on my nail art. We didn't bring any with the sponge, like it was a really nice and clean blend. So just making sure nothing lands on it. And also, look what I'm doing is like I'm trying to touch up this top coat from different angles to self-level it. So yes, sometimes I take so long to apply this top coat, but I like when the light reflects on it quite as even as possible. And we can do that by applying a different amount of the top coat in different places, almost like leveling it out. Like, you know, especially that's when you grab the tips, they sometimes can have like a wee bump at the end or here on the front. So I like to do it that way. Now we've got the liner brush, and we are gonna add a couple of the wee rainbow lines on our design. And I'm gonna start with the turquoise one to go right in the middle. So trying to pick up like a wee blob. Look what I've got on my brush. Get rid from my brush and then just drag it down the way. Then going into the blue, and we are gonna go for a wee blob. And again drag it down. Purple. Get my brush clean. I could see it like almost been stiff. I'm not sure if you have noticed it. I tried to twist it and you can see it, it doesn't move. So obviously when we record in here, we've got extreme amount of the light, and also there is some light coming from outside. So I like to always exercise my brush. And yes, it must be catched by the light. This is actually a good tip for you guys to show you how I'm cleaning it as well. If I've got some cured product over it. That's it. I think I have removed it. Now let's moisturize it and get it nice again. There we are. And number 8 is the best exercise for your brush. Till you feel it's right. Perfect. So finish this purple. It is still a bit on the stiff side, so now pink. So this blob is making your life much easier. And I'm kind of curling it a little bit. Orange. And then this pretty yellow. Oh, that's so perfect. Now we've got two options, guys. First option is we have used some clear acrylic powder, and what I could do is I could sprinkle it with clear acrylic powder. That will protect my gel polish and make it last. Or I could use a tiny bit of the sugar glitter and sprinkle it with the sugar glitter, and I've got dilemma. Let's go sugar maybe. But we need to put something on top of it so it's gonna last, okay? Because the gel polish on its own is not gonna last if we don't put something over it. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some sugar glitter. And then cook it. Now those two nails are ready for the next step. Get away my brush from the light. And the next step is grab this chrome in. So Aurora chrome, bring it in. So I like to, first of all, like touch it with my finger, bring it into the design, and then start rubbing it in. And you know what, guys, this is actually a fantastic way also to show you what this chrome would look over different colors, because it looks slightly different over every color. And that's why I love it so much. And then do the same in here. So bring it in. Start massaging and then just get it properly in. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it on the side, and I need to decide if I want some blink over it or just leave it plain. Once we do the design, finish with design on this one. So I re-clean my brush and we are gonna repeat that. You can see my brush is start behaving better, and I always kind of compared it to like the gym. If you're going to the gym and you start training without of exercising, like warming up first, the things are not nice. And not that I'm going to the gym often. Actually, I am terrible for not going. Compared to Patrick. But I like to compare it that way, you know, you want to warm it up first before it can do the hardest exercise. And then start curving it. This is actually a really pretty design. Reclean my brush a little bit, because yellow is the cleanest, like is the lightest one, and you don't want to put any other colors through it. Sprinkle. I'm gonna do quickly a theory about picking up the products as well. For those of you who are watching this video first time, for those of you who watched me quite a long time, guys, you know I have showed you that many times. But I know it's a question which is asked quite a lot of times. So if we want to pick up, guys, straight line, what you do is you dig in your product and you kind of go into the straight line. Then your brush is lowered. Oh, I pick up the wrong color. This is the less visible color. So let's do it on a purple one. If you want to pick up the straight line, you go like this, okay? And that way you've got nice and straight line. If you want to pick up the blob, you go clean your brush. So like I like to clean my brush, rolling it a little bit. So this way I'm also shaping my brush. But for blob, you go like this on the sides, and then you've got a nice blob. There we are. That's a bit of theory. Okay, so here we are gonna go opposite. And I'm trying to pick up like a really decent blob, which means I have not enough product, because it almost flattened on my mixing. That's it, that's a decent scoop. And this way, as I go, I paint thinner and thinner. So eventually, like, this is almost invisible. I picked it up 2 big blob, so I have removed the excess of the product. purple. I just need to go really nice and slow without of talking, because I want those lines to be very thin. Drop of the UV cleanser into my wipe, so I can sometimes touch the brush with it. It is such a nice and relaxed way to record for me today, because Patrick is not poking my face with the camera. And I think we've got a really nice angle today as well. Yay! Now let me just correct this one a little bit. And then sprinkle before my turquoise run into the blue. So if you're quite slow with it, what I did, guys, I have cleaned my brush and I'm just going to separate this color. You could do it like one color at the time and then sugar it, or 2-3 colors at the time and then sugar it, because obviously the first ones are start spreading. It is just a gel polish, and depending on the temperatures, then it can spread more. Perfect. So let me grab the first tip. Get rid of this sugar so we don't drop it. Hide my brush so it's gonna behave even better for the next design. And then, oh, so pretty. Give it a gentle wrap to the crystals, and I believe this is a ring finger. So ring finger goes in here. Gosh, I'm thinking I should do something in here. I'm gonna actually do it something in here. And yes, maybe it is gonna be too much, but I want to do it. Did we top coated the chrome? No, we didn't. We didn't. Did we? No, we didn't. We didn't, because I was thinking if I want to put crystals over it or not. But I'm not gonna put crystals. I'm gonna do it this nail art. So top coat it to protect our chrome, and then we are gonna go with this rainbow sugared look. And I think this is going to be a best choice, because it is going to be something different rather than just sticking a crystals over it. And I am very curious how it will look. Okay, so this one is ready. Give it a gentle wipe and place it here. I actually love this set more and more. that one is ready too. And this is our index finger. Oh wow, so pretty. Okay, so repick my brush because this one is ready. And on that one, actually on both of them, I think we are gonna go from the bottom. Or from the top, oh gosh, from the bottom. No, from the side, there we are. So, absolutely, from the side. Sprinkle it with the sugar. Or do we like that? Oh no, I don't know. With or without of stripes? Patrick is not paying attention. Oh, I think I'm gonna without, yeah. Because it covered, oh gosh, that would be so cool. Like, you know, those ice creams, like a Zap, I think it was Zap ice creams. Oh, we need to do that design as well. No, I'm just not gonna spoil that. I think it will be just a tiny bit too much because I felt like it covered the entire ombre and we spent so much time creating such a nice and pretty ombre that there is no point. So yeah, sometimes the ideas better to bin them, and that's what I'm doing on a clients. Actually, a fantastic lesson, guys, for you as well. Whenever I do something and I don't like it, I just wipe it off and start again, rather than pretend like I didn't make the mistake and I sent a client home with something I didn't like. I couldn't sleep. So that was a great lesson for you as well. And yes, that was a right decision. It looks so much nicer now. Look how pretty, nice rainbow combination we've gotten here. And I hope, guys, you have learned something new. You have really enjoyed this video as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.